every one of them paints in green. It doesn't paint in with any texture. And there's nothing you can do about it. It's just the way the editor works. So let's get this filled. We'll get them all filled, and we'll make sure that we can dig them and they actually work. And then we'll experiment with, there's a couple more things I want to experiment with after we get this part of it working. Oh, let me go, there we go. You paint too far, then it starts going up the wall and it looks like crap when you get in the game. Stuff is so hard to paint in. Alright, so let's take this up far enough where it won't mess with the triggers on this side. Let's take it up a little bit further on this side. So we can go up quite a bit on this side. So you'll have plenty of stuff to dig before you need to get your boulders running. And then we can get a little bit between here for you to dig out. And then we'll do the same thing. We're going to take it down a couple steps. Alright, so the first one we're going to do is we're going to get rid of the 10 and the 11. Yeah, it's going to take it down a little bit further. And that's probably all we have to do is just take it down to this level. Actually, I could take you out quite a bit on this side since there's no buildings right there. So I'll give you more to dig on this side. And we're back far enough where we won't mess with any triggers. So let me fill some of this in. And then let's go like this. I don't want to go any further than that with the ore. Now, next up is, what do we have next? You are, what are you? Are you stone? Oh, you're the rock. Now the rock breaks down. We have two choices here. We could put in stone or we could put in gravel. What do we have on the crusher? We have both, right? Let me fly over here to the crusher a minute. So what do we have on the ground over here? We have both. So we're breaking it down to... What are we breaking it down to? We're breaking it down to gravel. Let me look at... Placeables, global company, Crazy Crusher. Alright, Crazy Crusher is breaking down to coal, to stone, ore, copper, nickel, sand, gravel, and silt. Gravel's used in the cement plant. Stone, we're not using much stone, but what I'm thinking about doing, let's fly back over here. You're going to need a ton of clean fill to build your fields with. So I think I'm going to fill this in with clean fill instead of stone or gravel. Well, field status is giving me too many headaches. Gonna quit it for now. May start streaming myself for the first time. Nice. Farm chick. Yep, that is awesome. Alright, let's put in... Do we want stone? You can make your money, or do we want clean fill? We could put clean fill somewhere else. Let's throw stone in here just for the heck of it. So let's take off our height. So we have just our numbers. So stone is bits 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then our height is 8, 9, 10, and 11. Yeah, I don't play with many mods. I don't mess around with too many mods. Yeah, we'll throw stone in here because the color is going to match what we have going on the ground. And then we can always change it because all we have to do is unpaint it and repaint it. So it's easy to change if we decide to go with something else. So let's bring you out where you're not going to mess with the triggers. It's about here. And if we don't use the stone for anything, you can sell it. It'll be just a quick cash. Alright, now this side we can bring out further. Again, I don't want to mess with too many of the... I don't want to get close to the triggers. I don't want to mess with the triggers of where the boulders spawn. And what do we have on this side? So there's no buildings close on this side, so we can bring our stone out a little bit further. Yeah, we can fill this in a little bit. Get you some more stone. Alright, now let's take it down so it's not as tall. Yeah, and then we can fill in some here. A little bit. And then, yeah, let's take it so it still won't mess up the triggers. Like so. Alright, something like that. That's going to be that mine. Now, what are you? Are you nickel or you're copper? You're nickel, right? You're copper? Yeah, you're nickel. So let's take off our height. Now, nickel is just number 5. So now let's paint in... Oh, and again, we're not going to see it until we zoom back in a little bit further. So now we should paint in it. How come I'm not getting any nickel? Oh, we have no height. How come I ain't getting any nickel? Well, I didn't tell it how high to go. Alright, so let's paint you in. And come out this way. So let's just fill that hole in. Take you to about there for now. Let me flip my camera around. Alright, so let's bring you out far enough where you're not going to mess with the triggers. Yeah, it's going to be fun to do some digging again, because we haven't dug in a couple of maps now that we started using the dynamic mines. So that should be good where we don't mess with the triggers. Yep, now we can come out a little bit further. There we go. Now we got to shorten it up a bit. So it's not as high. And you can get up to it. And if I didn't mess up any of the bit numbers when we go back in game, we should have a ton of material here to dig. Alright, so that should be our nickel. Let's go over to our copper. Let's take off our height. Now copper is 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's put our height on. Yeah, and let's get our, hopefully, we're painting the right numbers. And we get in game, the materials aren't all mixed up. Yeah, because even Papa Smurf, when I was building the mines, you need to put in diggable material. Everybody wants the diggable stuff. And then Pikey Poke is like, yeah, we need the diggable stuff. I was playing, I did get about 6 hours of playtime on the Ritchieville map yesterday when I got bored with trying to play a new game. Well, when I got frustrated with trying to play some new games, and I ended up uninstalling like 6 games yesterday. Alright, how much further can we come out? Let me spin my camera around. Alright, we can come out a little bit more without messing up the triggers, about here. So now we come over on this side. And we fill in a little bit more. Yeah, we're gonna make a few more mines. So we're gonna do a clay mine, we're gonna do another sand mine. We'll do something with clean fill to get you some extra clean fill. You're gonna need a ton of it. let's go right in through here a little bit more. Yeah, now let's go down, make it a little bit shorter. And then we can fill this in. Without trying to get close to my triggers. If the triggers are messed up, the rocks will, if the triggers are covered up, the rocks won't spawn properly, the boulders. Alright, so let's leave it like that for now. Now the last one is sand. So let's get rid of all of our numbers. No, sand is 0, 3, and 4. And then my height are those numbers. So sand. And we could do another sand mine or sand pit down near the water as well. We're going to do a sand pit down by the water, or a sand mine, and we're going to do a probably another clay mine, even if it means taking a couple fields back out that we put in and changing up the canal area a little bit. So let's push you out this way. Oh, too far. I can't get really close to the wall. So let's push you back this way. $10.18. Oh, and let me see if I lost my phone or if I lost my stream. I lost my phone. Sorry, bear with me a second while I reset my phone. But thank you so much for the bits. Yeah, my phone had shut itself off, so bear with me a second because I can't see chat. Alright, I think I'm back. Sorry about that. Thank you so much for the bits. Very, very much appreciated. Alright, I think I'm back on my phone. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. My phone doesn't like to stay connected to the Wi-Fi for some reason. Sometimes it's the stream, but most of the time it's my phone. Let's get some sand in here. Somebody else must like the somebody else must like the mining product if I'm getting some bits there. Very much appreciated. I just got to figure out why it keeps getting stuck on my screen. I've been through all the settings on Streamlabs and I can't figure out why the bits get stuck on my screen like they do. Oh, come on. There we go. So let's get you out here. Just in a good mood for a Monday. Well, very much appreciated. Okay, so this is a little bit different shape on this side. All right, so let's bring you out. All right, I'm gonna have to come over here. Just bear with me a second until I try and get my camera the right angle so I don't mess it up going up the wall. All right, that's about as far out. Yeah, it's about as far out as we can go. On that side. Yeah, without messing up the, without messing with the triggers. Alright, so now let's go a little bit lower. Yeah, this way you can step up to it. And then a little bit more back here. If I can get my camera the way I want it. Alright. So that's the mining material, and now you're going to need a bit of clean fill. So what I'm going to do is this, and well, maybe I was going to fill this with clean fill, but it's going to mess with the grass and the textures. But what I can do, let's come over here a minute. Yeah, it's going to mess with the grass and the textures. But you should be able to scoop it out. Let's try it. If not, I can change it. Let's get rid of all of our numbers. Now, clean fill is 0, 1, and 5. And I'm not going to go really tall with it. Let's try yeah, let's experiment with a bit of clean fill. Now, you're going to have to work for it before you can get your big cat mining truck in here. And I can get a bit of clean fill. But you're going to need a ton of clean fill to build your fields with. Let's get a little bit over in here. Got my hearing back, got hearing aids today and love them. Oh, that is awesome. I've been, well, I've been putting a lot of stuff off lately, and hearing is definitely one of them. Alright, we're going to make you work to get into the mines. You're going to have to pick up all of this clean fill before you can get down into the mines now. Yes, because I'm mean like that. So we're going to cover the road with clean fill. Make you work your way down. And I would suggest putting all of this in storage. So let's work our way up the ramp. Yeah, you're going to hate me now. You all are going to hate me now. Now you're going to have to work your way into the mine. But it'll give you something to do early game. Alright, let's do a save. We could never hate you. When you come over to the mine for the first time, you're going to hate me. You can't get down the ramp. I guess you can go up and over it if you build yourself a little ramp first. All right, now we're going to go in the map and we're going to test this first. And then I want to build a couple more mines. Or not really like a mine, not like working boulder mine, but like a open pit where you have to come in and dig type of mine. I have something that I want to experiment with. And this was just the first part. That's the fun part, to work yourself up. Yeah, actually you have to work yourself down in. Alright, did we save? We saved. Alright, let's go to... Oh, yes, I know. I don't know what my password and login is. Let's go here. Let's grab Save Game 8, because that's the one we always use. And let's see if I completely messed up the mines. And we have to put our backup map in and start all over. Let me pull my curtain closed because no, I've got a big sun glare and I can't even see chat. Alright, that's much better. Yeah, the next thing we're going to experiment is going to be something I thought of at 3:30 in the morning and I woke up with. Oh man, that's a great idea. I want to try this. Alright, let's head in here. Alright, first thing I want to do, like always, I just want to check the log really quick to make sure nothing weird popped up with my bits and my mining. Okay. That should be good. Now let's grab some cash. I'm going to probably need more than that. Alright, good enough for now. Let's grab some speed. Now we have to buy... we own the coal mine in new farmer mode, so I'm going to buy the rest of the mines. Okay, now let's grab ourselves. Now remember, you have to open the mines in order to use them the first time. So let's grab this guy. I'm just going to leave him like that. And a tipper. $10.18, have a great stream, old man. Catch you later. Very much appreciated. Thank you for stopping in. Alright, let's grab our truck. Now remember, you have to open up the mines the first time. You have to go to the central station. You have to pick up 500,000 liters of wood chips and you have to drive them to the mines. in order to open the mine up. Now, it will be preloaded with 500,000 liters of wood chips when you start the game. You just have to come over here and pick them up and deliver them. So we want wood chips. They should be in here. Make a liar out of me. There we go. So you got 500,000 liters of wood chips in here. I'm not going to wait for this truck to fill up. We're just going to cheat them in. So you come over, you pick up your wood chips. And you drive over to the mines. See, okay, they're the rest of the balloons. So why do I only see one balloon? But there should be a bunch of them up there. All right. If I can drive straight today. Oh, she is definitely starting to look like a map. In the valley part of the map, anyway. Let's head over here. And we'll see if we messed up any of our bit numbers and we have the wrong product on the ground. Now to open this the first time, you have to dump in your 500,000 liters of wood chips. I'm just going to get this guy out of the way. And then you have to wait, I think it's 8 in-game hours, but we're just going to go 2,000 speed. We're just going to roll the night. Wait for the mines to open. And roll back to daylight where y'all can see. And of course we're getting rain. So let's just roll one more day and get rid of the rain. Well, since we're not going to save the save anyway. Alright, there we go. Now we should have clean fill. Oh, and we're going to have that broken effect going on because it doesn't go all the way to the ground. Crap. I'm probably going to have to paint number 7 in, because I think 7 was our lowest number, and that's probably where I messed up. So we may have to go in and repaint all the mining products. Let's go over here and check a few things. Okay, you don't have a hole on the bottom, do you? You do. We may have to repaint, underpaint this with number 7. But we have our coal. We have our ore. We have, oh, we painted in, do we paint in stone or do we paint in gravel? Well, I have to grab a bucket to see what that is. Maybe I painted the wrong one in. All right, we have our nickel. We have our copper. And we have our sand. So I painted in the right bits. I just don't like how it's kind of sort of broken and sitting on top of the ground. Let's go see what the clean fill looks like. I could fill all of this in with clean fill, make it work for it, but I'm not going to be that mean. Yeah, we may have to come back in and underpaint the clean fill with a different number. But anyway, let's head up here a minute. Let me grab the store delivery mod. There's two things I want to experiment with. Let's grab a wheel loader first. And let's grab the bucket for it. Let's make sure we can scoop this. Yeah, so we have our clean fill. And you're going to have to work your way down. So you can try and build yourself a ramp. To get it up and over it. So you're going to have to dig your way down. I just want to make sure if we don't flip upside down. I just want to try and oh, perfect, stuck the landing. I just wanted to make sure the rest of these mining materials scoop without any issues. So now you have a ton of coal to play with. Yep. Alright, so you have your coal. So you can come in here, you can scoop all your coal. Alright, so the coal works. Now remember, you have to own the land or you will not be able to scoop it. So if I come in here and we sell the ore mine, I should not be able to scoop this. I should bounce off of it like a brick. Yep, see, it's not going to let me scoop it because I don't own it. Now if we go back in and we rebuy the ore mine, now I should be able to scoop it. So ore is working just fine. head over to see if I painted in stone or if I painted in gravel, because I can't remember. We painted in stone. Okay, that works. We could change this to gravel if we want to. But you know what? I've got a better idea. We're gonna use this stone. I've got another idea we're gonna experiment with today. Because we're not using stone for much other than the stone. Well, we are. I guess we're using it in stone processing. But I have another idea we're going to experiment with this stone. All right, you should be nickel. Let's make sure that you tell me you're nickel when I scoop you. All right, yep. So nickel. We're good with. I don't know what the afternoon plans are, so I don't know if I can stream yet this afternoon or not. Alright, so you should be our copper. Yeah. So copper's fine. Now, let's check our sand. There we go, and it's sand. So all of our mining materials are going to work that we have in so far. Now let's jump up here a minute. Let's grab this guy. Let's grab this one, and there, I don't like that color. That's better. And the capacity doesn't matter. And then let's grab our tractor. Alright, so let's grab our bunker. So let's unfold it. Get the pipe out. Get you spun around. So what I would probably do, and I don't even know if we own this land, but let me look at something real quick. What I would do is let me see where the coal mine land goes to. How far I painted it out. We're going to have to paint it out a little bit further. Let me see if we can get placeables. Oh, I don't have my silos in here. Crap. I don't have my silos in here. What? Oh, I do. Never mind. I'd put a quarry silo down, and it's not going to let me because we don't own the land. But I would put a quarry silo right here. We're going to change the farmland so this is part of the coal mine. Unless I could put it on this side. No, we don't own the land. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to change it so you could put a quarry silo right here. And then what you could do is you can dig your way back into the mine and just fill up a quarry silo. Okay, why are you not? Why are you not working? You're all, oh, because I didn't turn you on. That would help. Okay, you're still not working. Uh-oh. Lift. Oh wait, turn on. There we go. Why are you not? We own the land, or do we not own the land? We own the land. We don't own the land. I didn't paint it up far enough. Alright, hold on. We got to do a couple things. You can sit here a minute. Let's save this. Let's fix the farmlands first, or it's not going to let us. We don't own that land it's on. So it's not going to let you scoop your weight down. Uh-oh, I may have to start a new save game. Let's come in here a minute. Alright, so where is our farmland with the coal mine? And right here. Number 2, which is bit 1. Alright, so let's farmlands. So let's change you. Oh, you can actually, let's undo you so I don't mess any other mining up. Let's go to farmlands and bit 1, number 2. You are painted all the way over here, so why am I not scooping up that product if we own you? Because the freeze is not set up for clean fill. Okay, that is going to explain it. But let's take you all the way over to here for now. So I should be able to put the silo down. So I should be able to put the silo down. Because now we own, let's turn my camera. Yeah, because now we own all the land where the clean fill is with the mine. Why? So let's try that again. Why wouldn't it let me put that silo down? We owned the land. I didn't have, maybe I didn't have, yeah, I had the money. All right, let's get out, let's save this a minute. We're going to have to look at the freezing, add clean fill to it. See, you try and do one thing and it's a big snowball effect. I want to know why it wouldn't let me put the silo down when we clearly owned the land. We're going to start a new save game also. Just because I painted in a little bit more farmland. And when you change farmland, you cannot, it doesn't work with an existing save that I know of. Alright, bear with me a second. I'm just going to throw you all on. Be right back. I'm going to stay here a second. I just want to shoot, I need to shoot Papa Smurf and Dixie a quick message. and I can't get, I got something weird going on with the Wi-Fi and the internet today. It won't let me open up Google Chrome. I can't open up my internet for some reason. That's really weird. It'll let me open up Microsoft Edge. I cannot open up Google Chrome. That's really bizarre. Alright, I'm just going to throw you all on window menu. And we'll see if that resolves itself. Yeah, it won't open. I may have to end the stream and come back, but that's a problem for another day. Let's find our vehicle pack. We have to find our Freezy, and let's hope we do. Let's go into the Freezy. And we have to add, alright, we have coal. Let me just check off my list. So I have coal, we have clay, sand and gravel, we have silt, copper, nickel, we have silt, we have copper, we have nickel, we have stone, we have ore, we have clay. Alright, we're missing clean fill. Doesn't matter where I put it. That's why we couldn't pick it up with the bunker cleaner. So before I release this map, we'll have to put out an update to the Freezy. Let's save that. Alright, so let's delete that, zip it back up. Let's copy that over to this mods folder. Let's close that. Yeah, for some reason I'm not going to be able to send Papa Smurf and Dixie a message quite yet, but that's alright. Let's jump back into, I gotta figure out why Google Chrome won't open. Probably have to restart my computer. RDO4 Dave subscribed at tier 1 for 6 months. Awesome. Very, very much appreciated. Wheels is in the house. Alright, we're going to delete save game 8. And we're going to have to do that again because I messed with some farmlands. So let's jump back in here. RDO4 Dave, thank you so much. Very much appreciated. Six months, he wants to see the entire map built. And testing. We got another 3 months on the build, and then another good month to test it. And then you get to see me play it. Alright, let's jump in here. Alright, so let's grab, since we can't save the save anyway, let's grab some cash, let's grab some speed. We have to buy the ore mine, the rock mine, the nickel mine, the copper mine, and the sandstone mine. Now you're going to have to, again, when you open up the mines the first time, you're going to have to work for it. You're going to need a tipper. Doesn't matter what tipper, but you're going to need a tipper. So let's grab our truck. Now, The central station, when you first start the game, will be preloaded with 500,000 liters of wood chips. You're going to have to pick them up and deliver them to the mine in order to open the mine the first time, no matter what mode you're starting in. One of these days I'm going to take the day off so I can watch some more YouTube videos so I can get Streamlabs set up properly, because my Streamlabs is still a mess. Alright, so anyway, you're going to have to come over here. You're going to have to pick up your 500,000 liters of wood chips. Sorry, no problem, Wheels. Yeah, I've got to work on Streamlabs. My Streamlabs is a complete disaster. It's not set up properly. The bits get stuck on the screen if anybody cheers, and I don't know how to fix that. And then it's really, really aggressive when people try and post stuff, and I just got to watch some YouTube videos on how to get Streamlabs set up properly. Alright, so you pick up your 500,000 liters of wood chips, you can go over to the mines. Goodness, it's 10 o'clock already. And I've been up for 3 hours and haven't gotten much done today. But experimenting is good, because now we'll have our scoopable mine products back on the ground, plus the boulders and the crusher. So it gives you two options for mining. Alright, so we're going to have to open up the mines the first time. And then you won't have to do this again. So let's roll 2,000 speed till this is open. Now we're just going to roll till it's daylight and it's done raining. There we go. Alright, now let's turn on our place anywhere. Let's grab our wrong one. Let's grab our quarry silo. Now I should be able to put it here perfect. Let's dump you here. Which way do I want to put you? This will work. So we're not saving the save anyway. Let's grab our store delivery mod. We already tested the wheel loader, so we know the wheel loader works. So let's grab our bunker. Let's grab our tipper. And let's up the capacity this time. And I hate that color. And let's grab our tractor. Alright, so let's come over here. Like I said, we have already tested the wheel loader, so we know the wheel loader works. So let's get you unfolded. Get the pipe out. Now that we added clean fill to it. We should be able to pick up our clean fill now. We may have to break it. Oh, yeah, there we go. So we can pick up our clean fill. You're going to have to work your way down into the mine now. Now if I lift this up a bit, I could probably take some of the top layer off and work my way back down. But yeah, you're going to have to work your way into the mines now. Ooh, sorry. Let me grab my phone so I can read the name properly. Fishy Get Hungry. Thank you for the follow. Very much appreciated. Thank you for taking time out of your day, stopping in and saying hello. And so there you go. So you can work your way down. Build yourself a ramp. Let's turn that off a minute. So you can dump. Oh my goodness, I could not hit my mute button. So dump your clean fill, work your way down. Work your way down into the mines. Or build yourself a ramp. And then try and drive yourself down. Up and over the clean fill. You're going to have a ton. Farm Chick 63, bless you. Yeah, sorry about that. I hate sneezing y'all zero. I just could not get to my, that came out of nowhere. I could not get to my mute button. So you're going to have a ton of clean fill to dig yourself down into. Now if we can get down here without dumping, perfect. Now you have all of your product on the ground as well. So you'll have your coal. So you'll have a ton of product on the ground now that you don't have to mess with the boulders at first. So we have our coal. And then let's test these again and make sure I didn't mess any of the triggers up. So let's grab store delivery mod. Let's grab the tanker. And let's grab our truck. And let's dump some fuel in all the mines. And make sure I didn't mess up the mines. Since we added stuff near all the triggers. So let me grab some diesel real quick. Diesel. And let's just top off all the triggers. So how the mines will work, once you scoop everything off the ground and you have nothing else to scoop, you have to come over and you have to put diesel in all of the triggers, and we're just going to work our way down. And I'm going to go to 5-speed just to make it a little bit quicker. So you've got to drop off diesel in all of the tanks, one for each mine, or a load for each mine. Now this one you're going to have to run because you're going to need the rock. Your rock crushes down into, like, I think 4 different products in the crusher. So the rock mine you're definitely going to have to get up and running. Throw some diesel in all of them, and I'll show you how the boulders spawn. I'm not going to show you how the rock crusher works because that's not what we're playing with today. But anyway, you take the boulders to the rock crusher, and then your rock crusher is going to crush it down into your other products. You're going to need the crusher going in order to get your gold. So you're going to have to spawn some boulders and take a few boulders over to the crusher, or you're not going to be able to get any gold. But we're going to fix that here in a minute at some point today. But once you get all of your mines active by dumping diesel in them, it's going to turn it on. You're going to get a bunch of flashy lights. And then it's going to drop boulders. About 5 in-game minutes on 5-speed. Well, 3 to 5 minutes. I don't know what the exact timing is. On 1-speed, it's about 5 to 10 minutes for it to drop a load of boulders. And then you just take the boulders to the crusher and it crushes them down into other products. So your spawners are full, so you're not going to be able to drop any more boulders until you come over here and pick these up. And then just dump another load of diesel in and you'll get 5 more boulders. So there's your nickel boulders. Rock didn't fill the trigger, but they're there. So you just pick up your rock, run them to the crusher. Pick up your ore, run that to the crusher. And then pick up your coal and then run that to the crusher. So that's how you spawn your boulders once you're out of product on the ground. Now the only thing I want to mess with is to see if I can fix this broken texture on the clean fill. So we're going to have to come in here, we're going to have to repaint the clean fill. But if you don't want to use the bunker and you want to go old school, all you have to do is get yourself a wheel loader and a bucket. And then I could do, then you can go old school if you like. If you don't want to use the bunker cleaner, you can go old school on all of the mining materials. And then you can scoop up your mining materials and dump them in a truck. Alright, so yeah, the only thing I want to fix is I want to see if I can fix this broken texture with the clean fill. And that's only the clean fill giving me a hard time. The other ones are fine. So let's get out of here a minute. So you're going to have to figure out how to work yourself down into the mine. So let's take a look at, and again I'm inside of it. Let me come down here, and let me go down on my speed. Alright, so our clean fill for some reason is not coming all the way to the ground, so that might have been something I messed up. So let's go back to, let's turn you off. You go back to tip collision. Let's go back to terrain detail height. My clean fill is numbers 0, 1, and 5. Let me experiment with number 7 and see if that fixes our... It does. So 7's going to take us all the way to the ground. Yeah, 7's going to take us to the ground if that's clean fill, if it didn't change the material by adding another bit. So let me do this. Let's take you back. Let's add, if I add all of my numbers on, it should put us at the height we're at now. Should. Oh, it's going to go even higher. But it's not going to take us to the ground. Why is it not taking us to the ground? Am I going to have to paint just 7 first and then paint on top of it? You're probably going to have to paint 7 first and then add, if I add my other numbers on top of it, what's that going to do? That's going to work so it's not broken. Now, if I can cheat it in, let's see if we can go just to number 7 a minute. Let's see if we can add, yes, if I come along the edge and I just add a little bit to it, it's going to fix our broken area. Alright, so let me undo, let's undo you, take you back to where you were. Let's come over here to the end, and then let's add just number 7 along the edge, and let's see if that's going to fix it when we go back in game. If not, I can erase it and we can repaint it all back in. And then we're going to experiment with a few other things. My main goal is to get, this part's the first part of our experiment today. Now I'm hoping this isn't a different material. I'm hoping it still stays clean fill. I can't remember if 7 is one of my height numbers or if it's an actual bit number that changes the product. So we'll paint this in really quick. We'll jump back in game real quick before we go any further. But yeah, I'm going to have to take this all the way around on both sides of the ramp going up. Let me go up a little bit on my speed. I don't like that broken look to the edge. If I don't fix it, it's going to drive me nuts. And I'm going to have to, before we go in, and we'll save it before we go in and test it, I just need to check in to see what the plans are today. If we're running errands today or if we're going to wait until tomorrow and run errands tomorrow. Oh sure, now the tree's going to be in my way. So let's take you around. And we got to go back down this side. Because stupid camera is either going too far or not far enough today. So let's take you down this edge. Let's say, where did I end? I couldn't see it there for a second. And I'm just running along here. Fix this side. So we won't get that weird gap when we go back in game. And it was only the clean fill for some reason that was giving me that weird gap. Last edge. All right. Let's save this and see if we messed it up or if it fixed it. Southern Truck is lurking. Hello. Thank you for stopping in. Very much appreciated. we're adding mining products to the mines that I wasn't going to put scoopable product on the ground, but I decided I had enough people asking, had enough players asking for the scoopable product on the ground. So we're adding the scoopable product back onto the ground. And then we're going to build some more open pit mines so you can scoop up some more. I wasn't going to do it, but the players have asked. Alright, so let's come back in here real quick. And we have to delete number 8, so we have to start over. So let's grab a bit of cash. Let's buy the mines. And let's just teleport ourselves over to the coal mine. Now, did that fix the edge? It did. Perfect. So our clean fill, you're going to have to work your way down into the mines. Or you're going to have to figure out how to go up and over this clean fill. One of the two, it's up to you. So you're going to have to work your way down into the mines. Because I am mean like that, and I blocked it all off now. So now you're going to have some scoopable coal. So you have your coal that you can scoop, plus drop your boulders. We have the ore that you can scoop and then drop your boulders. You have your stone on the ground. It's a little bit broken, but it's not as broken as... I may have to come back here and repaint that as well, but you can drop your boulders. You have your nickel's a bit broken as well, but it doesn't look too bad. Alright, so you've got your nickel, you can drop your boulders. You have the copper. Don't look too bad. And then you have your sand. And then you can still drop your boulders and take them to the crusher. Sand I'm going to have to come back in and repaint as well. I don't like that broken edge. But let's grab the wheel loader one more time. Your just add challenges. I'm not mean, I just added challenges in. Hey, you're going to have to figure out how to work your way down into the mine now. And hey, same thing with me. When I start playing, I'm going to have to figure out how to work my way back into the mine now as well. But you should be able to come in here now. And if you don't want to use the bunker cleaner, if you like old school, you can come in here. You can scoop all your products. You can load your vehicles. You can spread it around. Make sure I didn't mess up the clean fill by changing the bit number. So now you can, when you buy the mine, you don't have to drop your boulders and go to the crusher. You'll actually have a bunch of product on the ground now to start with, which is going to be a great way to earn some cash if you want to sell it off. So it's going to be a way to earn some cash and buy some fields and equipment. What I'm probably going to do is I'll probably put most of that clean fill in storage because you're going to need it to build your fields with. But I'm going to come down here and I'm going to sell off every bit of coal that's on the ground and earn cash so I can start buying equipment in fields and forests and getting all my factories up and running. And I'm also going to get my crusher up and running, so I'll keep dropping boulders and running it to the crusher while I'm selling all the product off the ground. But now we should be able to, same thing, you should be able to scoop up your clean fill and you should be able to work your way down into the mines from the top down, of course. But yep, there you go. Got your clean fill. You're going to have hundreds of tons of this crap to dig. I can't imagine how many millions of liters there are just in clean fill right here coming down the ramp. And yeah, that fixed that weird broken edge. Alright, let's get on to, let's get out of here a minute. Let's get on to part 2 of experiment today. I want to try something else. Mean, spell check hates, yeah, spell check hates me too. I try and turn it off on mostly everything. Alright, so there's our open pit mines. Now, what I want to do, let's head to, doesn't matter where we go, north end of the map. Let's head to the north end of the map a minute. So I think there's a couple spots on the map where there's this long skinny strip between the road and the railroad tracks, and I want to experiment with something. Yeah, right here, this weird little strip. And what we're probably going to do is I'm probably going to take these trees out and do the same thing right there. And you'll know what I'm talking about here in a second. So let's see what end I want to start on. Let's see if I want to start on that end or if we want to start on this end. So I'm just going to fly around the map here a second, just to see where I want to start. Alright, let's start on this end. And this is, you're not going to have to build this because it has to stay open in order for it to work. If I can get it to do what I want it to do. And that's going to be a big if. Alright, let's close global companies. We don't need it open. Let's start with places. And let me get a few extra spare empty transform groups. Alright, so we're going to go with, I'm going to call it, where are we? We're on the south side of the map. We're going to go with South Mine. I can change the name later, but this is just for my reference. So we're going to go with the South Mine. I'm going to throw you there a minute, and you're going to be my main transform group. Now, the top of the mountain is, and this is going to be a little bit scary, the top of the mountain is 206. I want a high ceiling. Let's go down to, let's take our strength all the way up. Make sure we're on square. We're on square. Let's turn you off a minute. Let's go to replace, and let's go down to like 150 to start with. And we're going to dig a hole, but not go under the road, and try not to go under the tracks. It's going to be a long, skinny hole. For now, subject to change. And if I go too far, I can just fill it back in. So right now, this is just experimenting. Oh, now that is definitely too far. So let's come over here. Just to get the first part of this started. And this is strictly experimental. I don't even know if this is going to work, but we'll find out here shortly. And I'm not going to make it too big until I know it's going to work. And this may be a little bit too deep. We may have to make this a little bit shorter. So let's take you to about there for now, but I want to try and square this end up. Alright, now let's get rid of, oh, is that going to mess up? No, there's nothing over here to build. Alright, let's get rid of some of these trees for now. Alright, so we are going to need a tunnel under the road. Let's go to subtract a minute. Let's go to grass. We're going to have to put some of this grass back in. So for now, let me get rid of the grass. And then I want to take that back just a little bit further. We're going to have to get rid of some more trees. Now let's get rid of these trees in the center for a minute. And let's get rid of some of the grass in the middle for a minute. Alright, so let's go back to replace. And let's push this tunnel back just a hair more that way. Okay. So that was 150. Let's go to 160. And let's go to 170. 80. I'll get rid of some more grass here in a minute. Let's go to 190. Oop, 190. And let's go to 200. Again, I may have to step this back by 5. This may be too steep. And now let's go to 205. Now let's go smooth. And we'll see if we can get ourselves a decent ramp. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to go step this up by 5 instead of 10. But I want to see if I can get a ramp. Yeah, this ain't going to work. I'm going to have to go wider. I'm going to have to get rid of all these trees and play with this ramp to see if it's going to work. Yeah, this ain't going to work. Alright, hold on. Let's back all this out. Alright, let's try that again. I may have to come in at a different angle. Because I'm not going to be able to go wide enough for what I want to do. Alright, let's go. Let's take you back. Put the trees back. We're going to try something just a hair different. Alright, we're going to leave you there for now. I'll come back and fix the grass and the trees. Let's go this way. Let's go back to 150. And let's build ourselves. We're going to need a wider tunnel than I expected. So let's go back. Again, I could build a bridge, so I'm not worried about that. So let's start with there. Let's go 155. Actually, let me take 150 back a lot further. Alright, let's go to 155. Let's go to 160. At 165. We'll start working our way back up. 170. Now don't worry about the sides, I can fix that later. Let's go 175. Just want a nice slope down in so you can get your trucks down in there. Let's go to 180. Mike, I think it's Michael, M-U-C-H-E-L 2018. Hello from Germany. Thank you for stopping in, saying hello. Very much appreciated. If I messed up your name, I apologize. Actually, German is one of the languages I would love to learn. Alright, so that's 180. Let's go to 185. And then let's go to, I wanted that to be 185. Let's bring that down a little bit. Alright, that's better. Let's go to 190. Let's go to 195. We're getting close to where I wanted to be. Let's go to 200. And that should give us, I can push this back a little bit further. That should give us a nice transition coming down the hill. Now I can fix the sides later. I'm not worried about the sides. We can make it look like a rock cut. Now let's see if we can't smooth carefully. Ooh, wrong one. Let's see if we can't smooth our ramp going down without messing up the sides. So we're going to have to be able to get trucks in and out of here to go up and down a big ramp to get down here. Now I may be too low. We may have to just change this whole thing and not go as deep, but I want to experiment with something. And let me get off the water plane a second. Carefully without messing the sides up. Come down in. Now again, I'm not worried about a bridge. We can come back and fix that. I just want a nice smooth ramp coming down in here. We'll fix how it looks later. I just want to make sure we can get it functioning first. Now I should be able to come down from this direction, or this direction, or this direction. So we should be able to come in nice and smooth from any direction down in. So we'll have a ramp coming down, and I know this isn't pretty, but we'll go in game here in a second and see what it looks like. So we'll come down into our mine. You're going to have to ignore the missing bridge. Let's try and get... Alright, so let's go back to 150 a minute. So I want to open that site up a little bit further. Alright, so we have our ramp coming down in. Now again, we're going to change this. This is just to see if this is going to work or not. But let's grab... Alright, so let's go back to our terrain detail height. Yeah, let's go back to our terrain detail height. Why is that not... I don't remember those being colored before. Okay, that's weird. Well, that's the foliage, right? Yeah, that's where I want to be. Terrain details my fields. Terrain detail height. Alright, anyway, let's go to our coal, which is bits 2, 3, and 4. And then my height is 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So let's throw in, oh, are you not, oh, it is there. Okay, so let's do this first. Let's back that out a second. Let's grab our cliff rock. And again, I'm overpainting this. No, let's not overpaint it that much. Let's come over here for now, and we'll just paint our sides. We'll fix it later on top. So we'll have our cliff rock on the walls. We'll have, if I can get the right camera angle, we'll have rough dirt on the ground after we come in and fix all the slope the proper way. And I just want to see if this is going to work. So we'll have our dirt on the ground. And then we'll have, alright, let's go back to terrain detail height. Make sure my numbers are correct for coal. 2, 3, 4. And then my height should be 7 through 11. So now if I come in here, we're going to redo this, but we're not going to be as tall. So unfortunately, we're going to change a lot of what I just did. So let's throw some coal on the ground for now. And you still have that broken edge. So if I go back to just 7, we come along the edge, what does that do? Now, remember, I'll come back and fix that area, but we're going to take this the entire length of this little skinny strip, if it does what I want it to do. And we're going to probably have to experiment with the height a little bit and change a few things up. But there should be a little bit of coal. Just a quick test. Now, I want to grab, let me fly over here a minute. Crap, it's 11 o'clock already. Alright, let me get some speed. Now let's fly over here a minute, because I need to grab something from this construction site. Let me come closer to the ground. It's easier to fly across the map. So I just need to fly over here so I can duplicate something. I'm going to grab this concrete pad. So I'm going to duplicate that. And I need to throw it in this other transform group. So that did, all those trees did mess with my crazy crusher. So I have to go back and fix the crazy crusher. That's alright. Let's go edit, cut, main, and paste. Alright, so that gets me the cube I need. We're going to rename it here in a minute. Alright, so we're going to take our cube, we're going to rename it floor, because pretty much that's what it's going to be. I may have to export it out and mess with it a little bit. But for now, let's get it. Needed the width between the road and the railroad tracks. And I need it like, let's go to minus, let's go back to 0. Let's go minus 0.02. We're just going to drop it a little bit at a time until I get it where I want it. Let's go minus 0.1. 1.105. Let's leave it there for a second. Now you're going to have to come, okay, perfect. It's going to go under the road. And I'm probably going to leave it under the railroad tracks. Yep, I'll probably leave it there. I'll probably start it right about there. Alright, it's going to need a rigid body. Let me throw now what we're going to do, this is going to be pretty much the top of our mine. So this will run the entire length of the mine all the way down. Let's just throw a few more in so we can see what it's like in game. And then what we're going to do, after I'll probably have to delete all of these until we get the mine completely done. This is just experimenting. So what I want to do after this, once our mine's completely covered, we'll have a bridge going across here. That'll be our edge. And we'll have our rock cut going all the way down into the mine. And then what I want to do on top of this, let's go File, Import. Let's import in, if I kept it in here, yeah, Beach Road. This is just a quick experiment. Now, we're going to put a city on top of it. And I'm just going to use this for now. And probably a lot of it's going to end up floating until we get it. I'm going to have to put them in building by building, but this is just a quick experiment. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a city. And this is facing the wrong way, so ignore it when we get in game. It'll be facing the road, it won't be facing the tracks. But we'll throw a city on top of, and let me just pull this down for now. So essentially we'll have a city running all the way down facing the road on top of this concrete block. Let's make sure nothing's sticking down. Okay, perfect. But for now, what we can do, no, we won't even have to. Let's just do a quick save. Grab a sip of coffee. And I think this is too deep. I think we're going to have to make it a lot more shallow. And if I do that, I won't need a bigger ramp going down into it. So I think 150, my depth, I think is going to be way too deep. Let's jump in game real quick. Save game 8. And let's see if what this mess looks like. And then if we make it less shallow, then I can change my ramp back to where I want it to. Where I come in from the crusher, not come in from the, that's a thought too. I might be able to change this where we come in from the crusher. And I got a couple options. We're going to play around with that ramp if this works the way I want it to work. Alright, so let's, just really quick, let's lease a truck. And let's head over to, yeah, let's go this way. And we're going to experiment with the height, get the height right. So I basically, in order to make a cave, I need to hide the hole. And by putting that plate on top of the hole and then building a city on top of it is going to hide the hole, essentially. If you're just joining me, ignore the mini-map, the PDA. It's not finished. The map itself is only about 20% finished, so the PDA is just something quick so I have a reference point where I know where I am. Yeah, ignore the grass and the trees and stuff that I just messed up here. But let's head back this way so we can go down that ramp, which I'm probably going to change this whole area here in a couple minutes. But we need a way to get down into this area. Okay, now I know I can go a lot narrower. It's hard to tell size and scale in the editor. So essentially, you'll be down in a cave now. Your roof will be completely covered. Yeah, we're way too deep. I can make this a lot narrower, or a lot shorter. So you'll have your mine, and this will run pretty much the length of the map all the way back. And then down in here, we'll have a bunch of mining material. But I gotta find a different way in because I don't like this ramp coming down. But you'll have all of your mining product down here. So it's another mine that you'll have access to. We can come down and scoop product out of. As soon as I find a better way to get down into it. And I want to make sure, because we have a hole that we're going to have to cover and hide, I have to put some kind of a plate on top of it, or a cap on top of it. So if I use this floor, I'm going to have to change the textures. I don't like the textures, so we'll play with the textures, but essentially we're going to use this floor and we're going to build a city on top of it between the road and the railroad tracks to hide our big cave that's going to run all the way down the length of the map. Now, we are definitely too tall. So let me see something. And our buildings are flowing, which is fine. We're just experimenting a minute. So if I come down here and I go into this mine here, or the pit here, where we put our boulders, and I extend it down a little bit further, and then right about here we cut a tunnel in going into that area. Where does that take us? So if we cut a road in coming straight back, here, yeah, we can put, I won't need that big ramp coming down into it. Alright, let's go back in and experiment a little bit more. And I'm going to have to pull something out of, oh, maybe not. We're going to experiment here. I was going to say I might have to pull something out of another map. Probably not. Alright, for now, let's get rid of Beach Row. Let's get that out of the map. We know we're going to have to change the texture on this. So let's go, I'm going to use my test folder on the desktop. Let's take you, let's go File, Export, Desktop, Test Folder, and we're going to call this Floor. And then we're actually going to delete that one. Let's go here a minute. Let's grab our floor. So the first thing I want to do is I want to freeze my transform. Let's take you to 0, 0, and 0 and save that. And then I want to freeze my transform for scale. So now it's at 1, 1, and 1. Then we're going to grab grab a new, I need a new folder. Let's just call it textures. So let's go into our common files. I want to find something that's more of a concrete. So let's copy this one into textures. And we go here. Let's see what that one looks like. Oh, no. Test, textures. Nope, it's going to look like the textures are stretched. All right, we need something, we need a solid concrete texture without a lot of pattern to it. Let's grab this one. See what this one looks like. Closer, let's throw a light on here a minute. Let's do this. Let's go floor. We don't need light. Let's go floor. Let's go file, export, documents, into the valley map, new buildings. We're going to call this floor. We're going to close you a minute. Oh, I didn't save the texture. That's all right. Let's go over here. Ritchie Valley, new buildings, floor. What? Okay, you came over with the correct texture. All right. So let's come in here a minute and let's go back over here. And let's go file, import our floor. And we were at, oh crap, so I got to take it down just a hair again. Let's go 205.9. Yeah, it's about where we're going to want it. It's just under the road. And this may be too light in color now. I want something closer to the road color. Alright, let's come back here a minute. Let's go back to our common files. Let's see if we can get something concrete without a pattern, just a hair darker. Let's grab this one, and this one. Let's come back to here. Let's call it floor 2. Let's grab this one. No, you're going to be too rough a pattern. Okay, so that one's not going to work. Asphalt diffuse. This one may work. So this is floor 2. Let's save it. Let's go file, export, mods, Ritchie Valley, new building. Let's call it floor 2. And then let's grab this one again. Let's grab this color. I'm not going to like the cracks in that one. So what else do we have? If not, we can go to Google Images and we can try and find a nice concrete pattern that doesn't have a lot of texture to it. Let's grab this guy, and throw them here. And then let's go here. Let's grab this. Oh, no, that's not going to work. No, you have no pattern at all. That one's not going to work either. Alright, let's textures 2 and one more texture file to look like. Dirty concrete. Copy and paste. So what does that one look like? Nope, too much of a pattern. It's going to be stretched. Alright, so let's... Oh, I can't open up... let's see what floor 2 looks like. And we'll experiment with some more colors after lunch. So let's go File, Import... Documents... New buildings, floor 2, and then you were at 205.9 on the height. So now if we bring you over here, I'm probably going to like that one much better to build our city on top of than the lighter one, but I can experiment. We can experiment with some colors. So for now, let's just slide both of these out of the way. I'm going to go just for a few more minutes, and I'm going to get out of here for lunch. Alright, so we have to go to terrain detail height. We're going to go to subtract. We're going to pull all this coal out of here for a couple minutes because we're going to experiment with something else. Alright, let's go back to replace. Top of my mountain is 206, and let's bring this back to where it was. I didn't like that ramp going down in at all. Told you today's experimental day. So we're gonna mess around. Now we're gonna go to here a minute. And we're gonna mess up our mountain, but that's alright. So you for now, I'm just gonna slide you back here out of the way. We're going to get rid of, let's go to grass. Let's get, are we not on, oh, we're on replace. Let's go to subtract. Let's get rid of this for now. We can always put it back. Alright, so if we go to terrain, it doesn't matter where we're at. Let's go to terrain detail. Let's come over here. Let's get our height here. And let's see if that's our ground height. Okay, so now if we cut in a very carefully, let's get, I don't want it too wide, but I want it wide enough to get the mining truck in there. Oh, you won't need the mining truck in here. Let's go this width. And let's go straight back. Now we're going to fix this. I may have to import something into the map, but we're going to fix that. So now if we take and we cut in a tunnel, again, I could build a bridge over the railroad tracks. I'm not too concerned with that. So now if we come in here, you're gonna, oh crap. You're gonna be my new height. Let's take you. I could put that land back under the railroad track. I just want to get us, try and get us as square as possible. Alright, so there's going to be our new height. So we don't need to be as deep. So let's take you back this way a hair. I don't want to go too big for now since we're just too far. Let's take you back this way a hair. Good enough for now. Let's go back to, let me write that down, 172.393. Let me go back to 206 a minute, because I know that's the top of my mountain. And for now, I just want to bring you across to here. Alright, so now we're going to take floor 2. We're going to see which one we like better. And we're going to take floor 1, which I probably don't like. We know we're going to put buildings on top of it, so that's not an issue. Let me just slide you over for now. Slide you over for now. And we'll throw in one more. Alright, now we're also going to have this same one, and we'll put some buildings on top of it to hide it. So you're going to come over this way. I could take you even one more because it's not going to matter. Perfect. And then to cover up, actually I could take you out even a little bit further. This way I know there won't be any gaps. Actually no, I can't take you out any further. Alright, so let's come over here to where our waterfall is. So I want, alright, hold on. I want to go to, yeah, we gotta go to global company. I want to go, no, was it global company or was it places? It was I swear it was places. Yeah, here it is. I want to go to waterfall 3. I want to grab one of the limestone walls. I'm going to duplicate that. Let's go edit, cut, mine, and paste. Alright, so now you're in the correct transform group. So let's go over here. Let's drop you. Oh, are you going to do that to me? You are. Okay, so let's bring you this way. back. Now I can take you to about there. Oh, this thing's going to give me a hard time, isn't it? It is. It's got two different load distances. Do I need this one? If I mess around with just you, let me try something. Edit, cut, main, paste. I think I'm going to go into a different map and grab something a minute. Yeah, let's take you. Let me delete you for a minute. Let me work with just this guy here a second and see if it's going to do what I want it to do. And we're going to have to, okay, it has a rigid body. That's all that counts. All right, so you, if we build, so we're going to have to hide this opening. I can't put any more dirt on top of it. So we're going to have to hide a wall in here somehow. So if we start about here, now I can make you a little bit taller. And we can bring you down, and then I can fix this side so it's blended. Now, I don't care if it's sticking down into the ground. All right, how close to... let's try that a second. Let's grab you. I can't fill this back in with mountain because we need to tunnel underneath this. We're going to have to try and hide it a little bit. And then I can play with the mountain to blend it. And if I don't like this top, I have a different one. I can pull one out of the islands map. I can pull one out of the Ritchie Hollow map. Let's get you tilted so you're a little bit more even. And then let's pull you over and down, and then over and down. Let's tilt you down even more. And then over, down. Just take you a little bit wider. Over and down. Now we can't go too low because I'm going to have to get a truck in here. We're going to have to leave it high enough to get a truck in here. So how low do I want to go? I don't want to go any lower than the height of that building. Okay. So let's bring you over and down. We're going to have plenty of height yet. And move you over a little bit. So we'll do the same thing. We'll bring you over and down. That's probably, I don't want to go any shallower than that. All right. So now we have, let me put one more in. Let's bring you over, but I want to tip you back up. We're going to go about there. Now there's a couple things we're going to do. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is, let's go back to 172.393. Let me go to round, and let's cut this opening back a little bit on this side and a little bit on this side. Now let's very carefully let's bring, oh, let me go, hang on, let me go down on my strength. Let's bring mountain up on this side, and then I got to take it down a little bit right there, and there. All right, now so what do I do? Let's go up a little bit more here. And then let's cut this back. Alright, so we've got a little bit of a hole here. And then we're probably going to take, oh, wrong one. This down. So let's do this. Let's make them a little bit wider. Now what we could do is also tilt them up so they're not as obvious. And again, I can experiment with I can mess around with these for hours off camera, but I just want to get the general idea of if this is going to work or not. And I can put more rocks along the sides to blend that in. Now, is this going to give us the cave we want? So let's grab, we're on round, we're on rough dirt. So let's grab a road coming in. And a couple spots, let's go back to replace, we're on replace. So there's a couple spots where we're going to have to go probably a little bit wider, but we'll see once we get in game. Yeah, so let's take you back a hair, let's take you back a hair. And I can play with the rocks on top. So I want to make sure we have enough room to get some trucks through here. Now, why do I have daylight showing over here? This should be completely covered up. I'm wondering if this is letting the light through. That I'm going to have to figure out how to fix, because I want this cave to be dark, but it looks like it's letting the sunshine through. Possibly when we go down further. I don't know. Let's see what this looks like. Let's do another save. And then I'm going to get out of here for lunch for about an hour, unless we have errands to run. I don't know what the plans are yet today. I know I'm not going to like this light colored concrete. We're probably going to go with the darker color. But we'll have some buildings on top of it. And then we'll have our mining product inside once we get inside. I can't go on this side of the road because I don't want to mess up the grass and the ground on this side of the road, but we have to stay between the tracks. We don't even have to stay between the tracks. I could put a double city, one facing the road. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Alright, let's jump in here real quick, and then I'm going to get out of here for lunch. And then I may have to put like a double floor or something to block the light, or turn one upside down so it doesn't let the light through, and then put a double floor on. So I want it to be dark down there. Now we don't have any mining product on the ground because we didn't paint any in, but I want to see if this cave and the entrance is actually going to work. And then I'll worry about getting the top of it looking pretty. Functioning first, and then pretty. So let's just teleport ourselves back to the Crazy Crusher. And let's grab a little bit of speed. So now we're going to have our cave coming back in. Yeah, we're going to have to fix this so it's nice and square coming back. So we'll have our cave coming back in, and then once we're back here, yeah, I don't like that light shining through, so we're going to experiment with that floor a little bit. But now we're going to have our cave that's going to run this direction, pretty much the length of the map. So let's come out here a second. Yeah, we're going to have to fix this opening coming in, I think. You're not going to need a cat mining truck back there. Let's grab... Crap. Store delivery mod. Sorry a second, I got to grab my phone. Bear with me 1 second. Streamlabs, ISLEYENKEREM. I'm not going to try and pronounce that. I apologize. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Very much appreciated. Thank you for taking time out of your day, stopping in and saying hello. All right, let's grab our truck for a minute. You're not going to need a cat mining truck in there because there's not going to be any boulders. So I don't need it big enough for the cat. Let's grab one of these. Oh, let's just lease it because we don't have any cash in here. And let's grab our truck. Not that one. I want this one. Oh, I know. Let me lease it. We didn't cheat any money in. We can't save the save anyway. Let's see if we can get this. If this fits back in there, the wheel loader will fit back in there. Yeah, I'm going to work on this road a little bit coming back in here after lunch. We're just going to make it I want it like this width right there. So this is going to be perfect. So now you're going to have your big mine and your big cave running back into here with our mining product on the ground where you can come back in here and scoop it out. We'll play around with that road a little bit after lunch. Let's grab really quick our wheel loader. And I don't even need a bucket because we don't have any mining material back there yet. Yeah, there's not going to be any problem. If we can get the truck back there, we're going to be able to get a wheel loader back there. Alright, so that'll work. Let's, we don't need a trailer. Let's go up top and see which floor we like better. The lighter one or the darker one. I think it's going to be the darker one. Yeah, I definitely don't like the light one. We're going to go with the darker colored one. We're going to experiment with some colors after lunch because I don't even know if I like this color. I want to find something that doesn't have much of a texture. This one's too light. This one's a little bit too dark. Maybe we'll try and find something in between. You're getting a flashing line because they're overlapping. But we're going to, right where my truck is between the track and the road, we're going to have a city because we're going to have to cover our cave. And our cave is going to run the length of this all the way down. to here. We're going to fill it with mining products. So it's going to run this entire length. We're going to have a big long city on top of it to hide it. But it's going to run this entire length. And I don't know if we're going to end it here, or if we'll probably cross the road. We'll put another bridge there, and we'll probably bring it all the way down here so it's completely packed full of mining products. So we're going to take it all the way down to about close to this wall. And we'll have to end it somewhere about here-ish. Right about where these railroad tracks take a turn. So somewhere about here, till all the way up to the end, we're going to have it full of mining products to scoop and play with. Now, let me get out of here. Take a quick peek at the time. Oh yeah, I got to get out of here for lunch. There's one thing I want to try really quick. And then we're going to get out of here for lunch. We'll play with some textures on the floor. And we'll play with a big long mine. Let me close you for now. No, I don't want to save any changes to you. I want to try something. We're going to get rid of, we know we don't like this color. So this one's going to go. This one's going to go. I want to try something first. Let's flip one. Let's flip one this way, and I'm going to see if it blocks the light. So let's go minus 180. We'll put one here. Now this one can go down just a hair further than the other one. So that one actually has to go under this one. So let's go minus 205.8. Well, let's leave it there a minute. So it's going to be my bottom one. So let's put one there. Then we'll put this one on top of it. And we'll see if that's going to block the light. And then we take the one underneath it. We're going to have to move these into a different transform group, but this is just experimental again. We'll put you about there. And we'll take the one on top of it. And we'll slide you down so you're just touching. That one can go, that one can go. So now we take the one underneath it. Let's just put a few of these in real quick. But I definitely don't like this texture. We're going to find something a little bit better. And then you can go there for now. Now let's take the top one. Put you there. And then I'm going to get out of here for lunch. I know I've been saying that for the last 15 minutes, but I have to get out of here. And we'll put you, I don't know if this is going to block the light, but this is, I'm hoping this is going to block the light. Now if we come, no, it's still too light in here. Why is my sunshine coming through? I know we have, okay, so why? We go rigid body. And we go, if I add a compound to it, is that going to make it, or am I going to have to find something black? I'm going to have to get with Winston and see how I can darken this up, because I don't want the light shining through. So we're going to have to put some kind of a blocker there to let so the light doesn't shine through it. So I want it dark down in this cave. So that I'll figure out after lunch. But it's definitely allowing the light through it, and I don't want the light to come through it. Now this is a, was this a cube? This was a cube. Let me try something. Let me create a plane. And I can get rid of the double floor possibly. Let's take you about here-ish, yeah. And here. Just so I'm close on size. Let's go File, Export, Desktop, Test. We're going to call it Testing 01. Alright, so let me, let's delete that a minute. So Testing 01. So let's go 0, 0, 0. And save. I want to make it a bit thicker. Let us go edit or file, edit, freeze transforms. I want to freeze the scale so it's all ones. So let's save that, and then let's grab that same darker color we're using, and let's save that. Let's call it Testing 01. Let's throw a rigid body on it just in case. And let's go File, Export, Ritchie Valley, New Building, Testing 01. Alright, so let's come in here a minute. Let's get rid of I want to keep 1. Alright, let's go File, Import, let's bring you, now you can go a little bit lower because you're going to be inside. And you're still going to let the light through. Crap! Now if I flip you, hold on, if we flip you this way, minus 180, or yeah, or 180, I think, you're still going to let the light through. And you're going to be hard for me to work with because you're going to be invisible, but that's alright. This may actually work. Hold on. Let's pull, yeah, let's pull another one over. Nope, you're still going to let the light through. Yeah, I'm not sure how to hide the light from coming through. I'll get with Papa and Winston. There's got to be a way where I can block the light from coming through. Yeah, if I come down here, it's still letting the sunshine through. Yeah, I'm going to have to figure out how to block the light from coming down. But pretty much this is what we're going to finish playing with after lunch. Let me get out of here. Let's save this. What's for lunch today? I have no idea what's for lunch today. We'll figure that out once I get into the kitchen. I didn't hit the grocery store yet this week, so I don't have much of anything left. And maybe a can of SpaghettiOs. Or ramen noodle soup, one of the two. While that's saving, I'm going to throw y'all on ending soon. I'm just going to save this, close it, and get out of here. Appreciate everybody stopping in. If we do not run errands today, it'll be about an hour. If I run errands today, it'll be a couple of hours. I haven't seen my sister much at all this morning, and the house is like really quiet. Her car's here, but I don't know if she's around or not. But let me get out of here, and I will catch all in about an hour.